Hey everyone, Chris from Card Kingdom. Did you miss the Star Trek First Look stream? Well, don't worry, we got you covered. What can you expect from Star Trek? Well, captains. There's like a lot of iconic captains in Star Trek, and we got to see some of them in magic card form today. They also showed off some showcase frames. So there's like, different showcase frames, based on the different eras of Star Trek. If a fancy border or a foil isn't spicy enough for you, they also mentioned that there was going to be a little more than 200 of each autograph cards. So they're cards with actual signatures sharpied on them, not printed, like signed on the card from the actor who portrayed the character in Star Trek. So that's pretty sweet. If you happen to crack one of those out of a collector booster pack, be sure to throw it in a sleeve as soon as you can. Also, because it's Star Trek, there are a bunch of classic, iconic ships. We got to see the USS Enterprise, and remember, because of the change with Commander and what can be your Commander, legendary vehicles can now be your Commander. So if you want to build a USS Enterprise deck, you can. They also showed off some modal spells, and then they put a name on something that we've been doing for decades now, which is whenever a spell or ability has you choose modes, that is now being called facing a dilemma. So you won't only face a dilemma from Star Trek cards, but you'll also face a dilemma with like your old Golgari charm or your old Vision charm. They also showed some sagas. There's a lot of, classic stories in Star Trek that they wanted to put onto a saga and kind of show that play out as a saga. My favorite is this one that creates a token that permanents don't phase back in. So, if you happen to do something and one of your opponents casts Teferi's Protection, after Teferi's Protection resolves, you can cast this saga, and then their permanents don't phase back in until they deal with your token. It is a 0/1, but they still have to deal with it. They also showed, for all you Tron enthusiasts out there, this sort of board wipe. It blows up all non-artifact creatures. And then it also gives you a 7/7 flyer. They showed off the bonus sheet, which is called the Stardates bonus sheet, which depicts Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan as Shieldred the Apocalypse. So that's pretty sweet. Keep in mind that the bonus sheet doesn't change the legalities of the cards. So, this card will be legal in whatever formats that Shieldred of the Apocalypse is legal in. And last but not least, they showed off all 10 of the Shocklands. So we're getting all 10 of them at the end of the year, which is great for all of the standard enthusiasts out there. So, because it's at the end of the year, they will all rotate out at the same time. And, because it's at the end of the year, they'll stick in standard for a little bit longer. But wait, there's more. The 10 Shocklands, they have full art treatment. So there's like Star Trek full art Shocklands. I kind of want one of each, not gonna lie. But if singles aren't your deal and you want some sealed product, there's tons of amazing sealed product for Star Trek. There's 4 commander decks, there's collector and play boosters, there's 2 scene boxes, there's 2 bundles. One of the bundles comes out after Star Trek releases. That's the Beam Me Up bundle. They've got pre-release packs and draft nights and beginner boxes and all kinds of awesome sealed products. So what's your thing that you're most excited about when it comes to Star Trek? Let us know in the comments.